Malcolm really seems to be able to contribute in a dozen different ways. Have you coached many players as versatile as he is?
Yeah, no, he was very good tonight again. You can go down the list and see the guys that stepped up, but he hit big shots. You talk about London spreading out and keeping Paige in front. I thought a key to the game, Jeff, I know you didn't ask the question, but the thing got going early at their pace. The way they were offensive rebounding, we were quick shooting a little bit in transition, and it's kind of they seduced us into a little faster game than we needed to be in. And then we got control of it in the end of the first half, defensively and offensively, and then played the second half the way we needed to play. So I thought that was a difference. But, yeah, to go back, Malcolm was very solid and is versatile with his rebounding and his driving, and he banged some threes in the half court.
Tony, I won't ask about the missed free throws, but getting 29 shots from the line, what was working? Why were you guys so effective?
Well, it was a hard-playing, physical game. It really was. And they're so quick to the ball, and they're athletic on the glass, and it just they put a lot of pressure on you when they either try to post you up with their actions that they run, or they got some guys who can put it on the floor. So it's just a physical game, and we were trying to take advantages when we had the chances to drive and screen well, and just resulted in a lot of free throws. Yeah, again, we missed some at the end, but getting there was important. And I thought the physicality of the game was, both teams were really laying it out there.
Tony, you guys really stepped it up on the defensive boards tonight, and particularly Akil. Just can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, well, I thought we struggled early, Jerry, in terms of we didn't get bodies on people, and our guards weren't coming back, and we knew that was going to be important. And then I thought it changed, and then Akil at the end was very active, and we needed that. Against Carolina, if they score in transition and they rebound their second shots, you're in for a long night. I think that's when you watch that's a capable team that when they beat the teams that they did, they got some stuff going in transition, got on the glass, and that's why I was concerned the way the game was starting. It was too much to keep that pace for our guys. But then I think they shored it up, and Akil, again, you look at his numbers, those are the numbers. He's really getting on the glass, doing the little things well, and he's quick to it. Then he did the job defensively off the ball as well. They made our post trap look bad too, and that hurt us. We were really out of step. They did a good job attacking it, and I was disappointed in that. And then we just played them a little more man-to-man, and that's where it was also physical too. We got a few more fouls called that way.
You've been on a roll. Carolina's been up and down. Obviously, they've had Virginia's numbers over the year. Talk about the significance of this win tonight. Maybe a lot of people thought you were supposed to win, but how does it feel?
Yeah, it feels good because we played. Doug, I'm so into, and I challenge these guys all the time, just the quality of how you're playing. Like that second half, they responded. We use that saying, when you whip a donkey, it kicks. When you whip a thoroughbred, it responds. And I'm not calling us a thoroughbred or a donkey, and I don't even think we got whipped, but we challenged them. Get the game back to where you can get it. And the fact that they responded to it and played quality possessions, that's the thing I like the most. I'm so into that. If we're sharing the ball, if we're screening well, if we're, being hard to score against, and then I'll live with the results, and that's what they've been doing. And, yeah, anytime you have a chance to play well in a conference game and beat Carolina, I know they've been up and down, but with their talent, you certainly, it feels good, but for a moment because you get ready to play the next one. That's conference basketball.
Tony, sometimes it's easier for a team to play as an underdog. Are you happy with the way your guys are handling success and kind of prosperity? You're not sneaking up on anybody now.
Yeah, no, I thought Carolina played well to start the game. You have to be ready. And we keep talking about having an edge, and the fact that we were home. I thought we were a little fatigued, I'll be honest, early, and I think the crowd was, again, terrific. To feel that, and I think that energized our guys. I could just see it a little bit in their legs and in their eyes a little bit how fatigued they were. But as the game wore on, I think the crowd takes its toll on you, and I thought Carolina got a little fatigued too. But that was important, and I think I'll stop rambling. That's a good enough answer.
Tony, Gil, what he gave you offensively and defensively, seemed like he had a step on his man. What did you see from him?
Yeah, he had a nice basket when he went. Akil, we just keep telling him, get on the glass, take what the defense gives you, get the X factor, baskets and plays, and that's his game. That's when he's at his best. When he's always, as I've said, if he's on the finishing end, great. When he's trying to manufacture offense, that's not where his strengths are. Now, he made a nice play because he had a mismatch. That's good, but I really have been proud of how he's fallen into his role and helped us and helped himself, and I like, again, where he's going.
Tony, tonight you go, I think more than 34 minutes Joe went between field goals tonight, and yet obviously things worked really well offensively. The balance was something you talked about before the season. How important do you think that's been towards your offensive success here lately?
It has to be that way. Joe came out, was terrific. I think, I keep saying this, Joe's efficiency, he's playing efficient games, 10 shots he took, but he came out and you saw his ability to get going and get his feet set. But it's rare to have a player of his caliber with his unselfishness that really doesn't care if he takes the shots or not. And then I think we have the other guys that certainly give us the balance, and I think there's better chemistry. Guys are a little more shot discerning, and we're taking the shots out of there and we're making plays. But again, to see Joe have 4 assists, no turnovers, he's unique that way, and that's rare to find that in today's player with, his reputation, what he is, and he'll pass up shots, make the next pass, and I just love that about him. That says a ton.
Tony, could you talk about London's game tonight and really his development this season as a leader of the offense?
Yeah, he was good. I think really good defensively because I know how good Marcus is. Paige is so quick, and I thought he spread out first half, 8 assists. I don't know if he had 1 turnover or 0 turnovers. That he made a couple of buckets for us. A big 3. We were a little stagnant in the zone, and a couple nice drives. And he has a calming effect on our guys. When the ball's in his hand, he just doesn't get sped up. He sees things that most guys don't see, and he was very complete. And he was pretty good to start, but I think he's the experience of playing and being in these settings. He's showing what a lot of people maybe out west missed on.
You mentioned his 3. Talk about that play at the end of the half when Joe's driving down the baseline and whips it to London in the corner. London hits a 3 and just seemed like the place took off.
Yeah, they were really overplaying Joe, and we had a little action set up for a back door, and I can't remember, one of the assistants said, but you're going to probably have McAdoo if we throw it to you on the back door waiting at the rim for you, so you might need to make one more pass. And Joe made a heck of a pass. London was waiting in the corner, and that was a big momentum going into the halftime because I don't know what that put the lead at. Did it go 9? And just it's what we needed, and then we came out and started the second half really the right way.
Mentioned Joe's efficiency. What about Anthony Gill tonight?
He was good.
4 or 5. He's got the 8 rebounds. I know he's had some other efficient offensive games this year, shooting a high percentage, but it looks like he kind of did a little bit more than just the offense tonight.
No, it was good to see. He was good on his ball screen defense. Again, this was a game where I could go down the list and say, hey, look, each guy gave us a great lift in what they did, and I thought he's the last couple games showed some nice things offensively. He's taking what the defense gives him, whether that's instead of forcing the action and maybe trying to always draw contact, which he's good at, he's taking some of those perimeter shots, spinning off, getting on the glass, and thought this was a better game for him than perhaps is one of his better games he's played.
Thanks, Tony.
Yep.